Hey guys, Steven Roy here, back with another video. Today we're going to be doing a review on the Kotm Rodan Bandai 6-inch figure. So now that it's quite obvious, as I've probably said in past reviews, that all the Christmas gifts I've gotten for Christmas have been reviewed, since they were a mix of Marvel figures and Godzilla figures. Surprisingly, and probably because of the fact that this is all the way in the back of the shelf, I forgot to review this guy, in which I got for Christmas, all the way back in December, of course. So I figured, okay, why not do a review on him, because I believe we reviewed all the Spark Dolls, guys. Like I said, with similar to this, actually. Just like I skipped this guy out when I was reviewing the stuff I got for Christmas, I might have skipped out a Spark Doll or two. So I could be wrong about that, we'll see. But in the meantime, let's review this guy. So first things first, there is a volcano behind him. I don't really think that needs any explanation. But back to the main point, which is of the figure. Let's start out with the obvious pros, and the first pro I have to say about this guy is the paint job. Now, some of you may be surprised by this because, you know, the paint job is really just one color, but there's different shades of it. Obviously, this bright red under the wings, and so I feel like that is an extreme. I mean, all this is really a solid, it's above average in my opinion, easily above average. There's no paint scuff, zero. At least I'm like missing like the smallest of details, but literally I can't find any paint scuffs. The purplish, darkish red color is just incredible. The way they painted that on in the back and in the front and up in the head. And pretty much, yeah, that is the case with this. So that's in terms of paint job, so I really think it really works well. And then of course, under here, this really needs no explanation. The paint job under the wings here, that red color, that is really bright. It's really amazing for this figure. I never really seen paint that stands out as amazing as this, because you could say, oh, on camera the color's different. No. In person, this red color just stands out. It's just so good. I really actually like the paint job on this. So let's move on to the next thing I liked about it. So, that being said about everything, you know, about the paint job, the next thing I like about this figure, which is also above average, is the detail. So, let's just say that with the detail, I am pretty much impressed with a lot of things. Number one, the most obvious being the scales on the wings in the front and in the back. The back have more thicker, longer scales. Meanwhile, here are kind of just a ton of scales. And that's really incredible. The smaller it is, the harder it is. So I credit them for doing a really good job with the detail when it comes to the scales. Of course, in the chest, facial detail is pretty average, but I guess you could say it's above average when you look here, because there's like bumps and pointy things all over it, and there is detail towards the beak and towards the eyes and under the eyes. So from a faraway perspective, you might think the head is pretty average, but the detail is actually pretty nice on it, facial detail. And towards the neck, and like I said, the back is, and here especially, all these like the back scales and this back texture, all of it is really good detail. So definitely above average. So without further ado, oh wow, my camera went down. So without further ado, let's move on to the cons of this figure. So, I really only have one major con about this, and this being a major con, it will take down the rate a lot, just like as if were to be numerous nitpicks. But I guess you could say the main con I have with this figure is articulation. This is a Bandai figure. It is 6-inch Bandai figure. No articulation. I don't know why a lot of the Bandai Kotm merchandise has this exact same issue. I mean, first off, out of the 4 Bandai figures that Kotm made, of course, of the 4 Kaijus, Mothra, Rodan, King Ghidorah, and Godzilla, I only have Rodan and King Ghidorah. I don't have the Godzilla because it reminds me too much of 2014, and I don't have the Mothra because I just don't like the way the figure was made through NECA, through Bandai, anywhere. I don't like any type of Mothra merchandise from Kotm. I don't even like the design, for God's sake. But the Rodan, which is probably considered to be the worst out of the 4, I only got it because I feel like it stands out and it's a different design. But the main issue when this came out that a lot of people noticed was the articulation doesn't even look like it has any. And that's exactly right. There is no articulation on this. And the Kotm King Ghidorah figure has this exact same issue. You would think that maybe the head, easily a head, of course this would deserve articulation. The feet, if they were more detailed, would have more articulation. And the tails would maybe be able to wiggle a little bit. No, they're all glue seals, or there's not even a thing. The head, like literally nothing. And I feel like that is honestly a major issue. I mean, even these little hands here could have had little joints. There's just so many opportunities they could have had for articulation. If this had articulation, this would easily, as much as I know people would hate me for this, be one of my favorite out of the 4, Bandai figures made for the Kotm merchandise. So that's unfortunate. It really, really is. So, but that's pretty much it with the cons. So, surprise, surprise, I'm going to be doing comparisons. I don't really do these often, but in the event of it being a figure from a movie that I have many figures of, let's might as well do some comparisons. So first things first, let's do the only other Bandai Kotm figure I have, which is probably going to knock down a lot of things, the King Ghidorah. So this is it in height comparison, and width comparison. So obviously this is extremely big compared to that. Next thing would be the Atomic Breath NECA Kotm. Atomic Blast, I mean. This is it. Way bigger than it should if you were to size this up. But no one really sizes up NECAs in Bandai, so not really. I mean, so yeah. And last but not least, of course, the Burning Kotm NECA, which is same size. It's literally the same exact figure as the Atomic Blast, but of course painted differently and maybe some different types of articulation or detail. I'm not sure. But that being said, that's all the comparisons. And in general, with that also being done, I'm going to rate this a 9 out of 10. Now, I know many people are going to criticize me for giving it such a high rating because I know this figure is hated. I actually think it's not that bad, as a matter of fact. I hate the Bandai Mothra NECA, and I just feel like I don't see a real point in getting the Godzilla NECA. The Mothra NECA and Bandai Mothra from Kotm, and I also don't see a point in getting the NECA, Bandai, or SH Monster Arts 2019. Just don't see a point. And any other SH Monster Arts or NECAs are pretty expensive. And the Rodan, in my opinion, the NECA Rodan, I just see a lot of people have issues where it breaks. It's just so fragile. It's too fragile for me to even consider getting, but who knows, in the future I might change my mind. In the meantime, this actually, as of now, is not my favorite out of the 4, but I do feel like it is very, very underrated, and I feel like a lot of people give it too much hate. That being said, 9 out of 10 because it only has one major flaw, which is the articulation. So now that that's taken off, there's really nothing else I could really give it as a con. So that's it. Anyways, guys, I do recommend you get this figure. Like I said, I know many people are going to disagree. Like, comment, subscribe. See you guys later, and bye-bye.